Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Talkuseries of Final Fantasy VI, presented by Endov Gaymez. I really appreciate you coming back, everybody. This is really fun for me, so it's really fun to have some people out there that are listening to my rambles and me being a silly goose on the computer. So I just want to thank you all for listening. It means a lot to me. So anyway, we left our heroes at the cave south of Figaro Castle after it sunk into the sand. Kefka came and basically shattered the alliance between the Empire and Figaro by attacking the castle while he was looking for Terra. So we'll go ahead and start off at that point. Now, here we go. Okay, so okay, forgive me here. I was doing some grinding a little while ago and I forgot that I had done that. So let me just get back to where we were and then we'll be good. It's never a bad idea to do grinding. Some people just like to forward the story along as quick as they can, and that's good. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I do that too sometimes, but I do realize that I have a much funner time in the game when I grind because I can get special items or regular items, and when I steal or when enemies drop them, or I could just gain experience. And then as you continue through the game, you'll be pretty much up to par, or at least, or maybe ahead of the rest of the characters that you end up coming across while you're in the field or when you go to a battle anywhere. Okay, so this is where, right, one step, it had to be. And now you okay, this is the cave. It's basically the Figaro cave. It connects Figaro to South Figaro, which is the principality of the kingdom of Figaro. So we're going to go ahead and enter here. And oh look, it's a Figaro soldier and a chocobo. Whee! King Edgar, where are you headed, sire? Through the cave and eastward to South Figaro. We'll then make for the return of headquarters in the north. Return to the castle and pass the word along. Understood, sire. Take care. Alright. Cool thing about this cave, first off, is this is the first time you actually encounter a recovery spring outside of the beginner's hall. You'll see these throughout the game, not like a frequent amount, but enough that they're in places that you need them when you need them at that particular time in the game. So, also you want to remember that door in the back. You can't get there yet, but you just might be able to, and maybe, who knows, maybe that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle over there might be able to help you. Alright. So, this isn't a really big cave. We're just going around here, basically killing off a couple things and trying to hurry to the other side. It doesn't really take too long, like I said, because it's extremely short. But here's something I want to show you. Alright, as you go in this cave here, you're going to notice there's a bridge, and the bridge goes to a treasure chest. Alright, well, that treasure chest starts off as like a potion or some small trinket that you're used to getting out of many of the other ones that are just basic, you know, reliquaries. However, as the game progresses, there are certain treasure chests that become better items and reward you for not opening the treasure chest right away. This one turns into a thunder rod when you come back with Celis and Locke, and then in the world of Ruin, if you wait that long and you come back, when you're when Celis and Edgar are following, sorry, Celis and Sabrine are following Edgar, you can get an X potion, which is awesome. It's hard to get X potions, so they're more rare. Moving on. In one hole, out the other, right? Alrighty. Now, if you, like me, like to, you know, basically just kind of coast through these things, set Locke on steal, just so that, you know, he's at least trying to get an item while you're walking around the cave. You don't want to waste an opportunity. Sometimes the enemy has a rare steal, sometimes they don't. In this cave in particular, the crawlies, which you just saw, are they have a rare steal of a remedy, and a remedy can cure you of any status ailment that you come across in the game. However, I don't really see it as pertinent to doing it at this point. If I want to come back later, I can do that. I do believe the enemies change in here, but there's plenty of places to get remedies along the way, and you can ask them. Alright, another treasure box. And we got an ether. Ether's always good. Fills up your MP. Don't forget that, guys. Locke's like, oh my god, guys. This is taking forever. When I grinded with Locke and Terra earlier, I don't know if you remember me saying, but I came up with like 50 extra potions just because I grinded it. Part of that was with Terra, and part of that was with Locke and Terra. Alright, a Phoenix down. You know how I feel about them Phoenix downs? Here we go again. If you don't get them Phoenix downs, you might as well go ahead on the ground. Hello. Sometimes the fighting can be nuisance, but just remember, this is your experience. Alrighty. We're almost out of the woods, guys, or out of the rocks. I'll just bounce over here. And we're out of here. Ooh. Always speak too soon. I can't believe I did that. Why am I talking so soon to be in the dumbass? I know I didn't know. We're trying to go down south. Oh, see, gained level. Alright. Now that we're out here, we're almost at South Figaro. I'll cover this with you a little more about like what enemies are on here, because I want to tell you some information about that after we leave South Figaro. But we're going to go to South Figaro, and I'm going to give you the quickest tour of that place. If you've never played it, make sure that you go around town and talk to people to find out things and get information and check out the boat and just look in every nook and cranny. This particular town has a lot of secrets, so I'll rush us through it because I'm just trying to get us to Mount Cults so that we can move on with the game. Alright. Anytime you see a barrel, check it. See the question or the exclamation point? There's a potion. Look, and then look, nooks and crannies. Always check nooks and crannies. Go through the butt crack of the house, and ta-da! Green cherry. If you become an imp on the screen, if your enemies turn you into an imp, then you can use the green cherry to heal that status effect. Down there is where the ship is at. So if you're curious about that when you play the game, go ahead and go on down there. It's not going to allow you to do anything right now because the game is not going to let you travel around, and they say like the Empire's got the harbors locked down, so you wouldn't be able to go anyway. Alright, here's another fun part. Alright, first of all, see this chick with the green thing on her hair? She's a hooker. These games are much more graphic in Japan, and this woman's like, woohoo! come on over here, honey sugar. And she's with a merchant sailor, so she's definitely selling her wares. And let's not interrupt them very much now. Okay, now see this gentleman right here? This is the Ninja Shadow. At this point, we don't know very much about him, and we're not going to learn much about him, so I don't want to get into that until later, when he has more character development, and he actually plays a more integral part of the story. He ain't gonna talk to us.
Right. Ignore us. Maybe you'll just disappear.
Back off, Locke. That guy looks familiar.
Yeah, that's him, alright. He comes and goes like the wind, swearing allegiance to no one. Hidden behind his wintry gaze lies a face known to none who live. Now, he didn't talk to us, but watch this. You see his little Doberman pincher?
That's Shadow. He's an assassin. He'd kill his own best friend for the right price.
In the original, he said he'd kill his own mama for a nickel. Fun fact. So, steer clear of him. Gotta believe a king. Now try talking to the dog. Leave us. The dog eats strangers. Very calm demeanor. You know, serial killers have very calm demeanors. You may ask, did I watch that show last night? And I'm like, what show? And you're like, serial killers have very calm demeanors. And I would say, yes, I did, actually. Quite observant. Okay. This is a relic shop. A reliquaire.
You can gain all kinds of abilities by equipping relics. Those shoes double my walking speed.
Boom. Dumbass. Alright, well we should have... Okay, this is the... You know, the... what did we call him earlier? The Moogle... Oh, fuck it. The Info Moogle. He's sitting here telling us whether I want to or not. All the different things with the stat boosts that you can get with the relics that are in the shop, and some that'll come later that aren't available yet. So, I always get... three. And... let's see. Petrification, dark, and poison. Alright, I got a whole bunch of relics. You can pick and choose whatever you want to, but I suggest you getting 3 sprint shoes later on, because if you don't like walking forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, it'll come in handy. Now here's a secret about this village. This is Ozer's house, and Ozer is definitely in bed with the Empire, so to speak. He bows to their whim, does whatever he's told, and lets them even use his house as a base of operations. Now, this girl's gonna be like, come on, bitch. Oh my god, I'm gonna fuck her in the ass. There's always a nasty draft in this room. Oh, where is it coming from? I'm afraid I'll catch a cold. Dumb bitch, it's right over here. Nooks and crannies, guys. Always check your nooks and crannies. And I'll say it again here in a second, because this is... I didn't know about this until like the 50th time I played this game. When you are in this little hallway right here, and all you got is left and right to go. Not so. Go straight forward as far as you can go, and then go to the right. And whoo, we're in a little prison. Okay. Alright, we got the Hermes sandals, so that gives you haste. Whoever wears that can go faster than the other people. And a hyper wrist, which can increase vigor and allows a person to have more strength. This room you'll want to keep an eye on, because later on in the game something really important happens in that little tiny room. Here's a save point. because when you come back at that time, you're going to be stuck in this area, and you'll need to save, and at least, like, probably use a sleeping bag or something. Alright. This room has 3 treasure chests you want to get. That one, and this one. The one that's over there doesn't have anything in it, so if you open it, it'll be empty. Let's just leave it empty for a really long time and maybe come back and revisit that like at the very end of the game. I have yet to open that treasure box and it has something in it, so we're gonna wait this one out, you know, just to see if perhaps there is some delicious little trinkets up in there. Alright. Now, in this village, there is a couple that live in like one of the southern houses, and one of them is the leading martial arts trainer of the region. He teaches people his very special skills that not just anybody can master. You have to spend lots of time and lots of energy to learn these special skills that allow you to be more powerful in battle, allow you to heal your neighbors, and yeah, that's about it. But it's very strong. She's like,
my husband, Duncan, is a martial artist. He's famous even in Figaro, to the north.
yeah, well, the castle ain't there anymore, bitch.
He took his students to Mount Colts for some mediated training, so he probably won't be back for a while.
Oh, you are boring, bitch. No wonder he leaves you. Leaves you in the house all alone all the time. You're gonna be faithful to him, and he knows that too, but he's got like 7 bitches on the side. You didn't know? You didn't know? Ain't nobody gonna know? Alright. So, when you do this, go ahead and go in those houses and check them out and see what's in there. There's a clock in here, but I think I've actually discovered that there's no elixir in this one of all of them. Yeah, it's weird. It's one of the only clocks in this entire game. Clock, not cock. Get your mind out of the gutter, please. It's one of the only clocks that does not have an elixir in it, which is very strange. Let's go ahead and equip Locke with one of the sprint shoes, just so we can get a move on here. If you've ever seen 3 Caballeros, that Redbird, he's like, yeah, anyway. Right here is a warp, it used to be a warp stone, but now it's called a teleport stone. You can use that when you're in a dungeon to leave the dungeon, or you can use it, I guess that's all I can remember right now. You have to forgive me, I'm a bit tired today. Did a lot of working out. Okay. So, the weapon store has... So, just a couple items that we would want. So, we're gonna say, because I think that Terra has, yep. There we go. That was easy, that way you don't waste any money. Try to always use like the stuff that you have on your other characters to switch them out. If you see that somebody has something that could, that in the shop that could go up higher if you purchase that item and equip it to them, make sure that someone else in your party doesn't have it first, so that you don't waste your money when you buy that. Now, it looks like everybody has what they need here. Get an extra one for one of our characters coming up. Get 2 of these. And let's see. 1 Kempo Gi, 1 cotton robe, and 3 plumed hats. That almost sounds like a Christmas song. 1 Kempogi, 1, 2 cotton robes, and 3 plumed hats for us. You know. Alright, let's go ahead and equip everybody their new stuff. Alright, and that's all that. And then, we'll go ahead and put everybody... relics on as well. There we go. I'm going to give him the Hermes sandal since he has the steal ability. We want him to go quicker than the others. We'll equip her with silver spectacles so she don't go blind. And a star pendant because the upcoming enemies have those types of status element making that we do not want to have on our characters. So Hyper SC, I told you, off it's up to strength. And also silver spectacles because we don't want him to be blind when he's fighting. We need him to be tip-top shape when he's fighting, eh? Okay, so that's everybody's done. Alright, so we can leave this town. Make sure to explore if you never have, guys. Can't emphasize that enough. Alright, now north of here, there's a little house. We want to go check that out. Okay?
What's that smell? These flowers. He always liked these. These dishes. They were just like the ones he used. This tea. It was his favorite.
This potion is my favorite. It's my bitch. Okay, and anytime you want to come back to this house, it is free sleep. So go ahead and go in there and allow yourself to get charged up again. Holla! Okay. And last sentiment.
Could Sabine be living here?
Huh. Hello?
Do you happen to know where I could find the man who lives here?
Well, sure do. Left a couple days ago, as soon as he heard Master Duncan had been killed. Headed up to the mountains he did. They say that Duncan's son Marcus is missing too. I don't like this one bit.
Ugh, Figaro yokels. Gross. Alright, now Mount Colts is just to the right of this house that we were at, but you have to go down and around the little mountain range that's there. So that's what we're doing now. And there it is. That is the entrance to Mount Colts. Alright, now this is where we're going to stop for today. And let me just leave you off with some advice. This would be a good time to grind up your characters in this area because you're going to have a character that has a claw as a weapon. And one of the enemies can drop, or not drop, but you can steal a mithril claw from him. I suggest trying to get 2 so that when you come in contact with a reliquary that allows you to hold 2 weapons, that you will be able to use both of those mithril claws on that person to add a lot of strength and make him a powerhouse while you're running through this area. Well, running through the rest of the game, really, but it's a good start for him, so I would definitely suggest doing that. Also, for your experience and to gain back some of that gold you just lost as you were purchasing a whole bunch of stuff in the city. You could also go back to the city and go to the item shop and start filling up your items coffer so that you have a whole bunch of items to use to help your journeys be a little easier. Alright, so let's go ahead and save our game. that's it. Special shout out to Leanne today. Thank you for subscribing to my Talkuseries. I will definitely keep them up, and I look forward to making more. And I just want to give you a special shout out and thank you. Say that I love Violet, and tell Mike I said hi. And y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me on this journey. All right, bye bye.